Okay, yes, now it is also recording and I have also shifted, I hope, better. So I will start with, yeah, right. So that is also a cue that we can start. So today's session, developing effective coping strategies without any further delay, is about understanding. Yeah, I hope everyone can see my screen. The objectives of today's presentation would be to understand the difference between the healthy and unhealthy coping strategies. We will also try to practice some coping tools because I hope almost all of you are very well stressed by now, and the strategies to cope this stress would be beneficial. And we'll build a personalized coping toolbox, which I would like to give in as your homework to think about it, and that will in the end strengthen your resilience and adaptability. So, when we start about
Yeah.
identifying what actually the coping strategies are, coping strategies are techniques. I would like if please turn on mic,
वो
whoever.
आप ही एक्टिंग बड़ी मिल रही है, डॉक्टर बनती है, आर्मी में भी जा चुकी है, सिलाई भी कर चुकी है, बच्चों को सलांटी भी खिला चुकी है, वो देखो सलांटी।
Okay, I am trying to mute all. Okay, so now I hope that we are good to go further. So, what actually are coping strategies? Coping strategies are the techniques to manage stress. These are okay. Stress is actually, I would like to describe stress as as a tension. It's like when you see a rubber band. The rubber band quality is to have tension, stress. It is elastic. And when it is elastic, it is given the tension extended for a longer period of time, it actually loses its elasticity. That is actually also what happens to our body. This is also uh, when we are stressed, our body muscles are in tension, they are stretched. They are stretched basically to help us prepare for some unseen circumstances, some danger, or things like that. And when we continuously feel that we are in danger, things are not in our way, things have to be better, or things like that, so it means that we are continuously under stress. And that is not only bad for our mental health, that is also actually very bad for our physical health. Our all the body basic issues like hypertension is actually the tension, stress, blood pressure, leading to cardiovascular diseases, and a lot. So, when we talk about managing stress, we use different types of techniques. We use techniques like which help us manage the stress, to sort out the negative emotions through thoughts, behaviors, and sensory input. If we look further into that, we have two types of coping strategies. We have healthy coping strategies and unhealthy coping strategies. So, when we talk about the healthy coping strategies, these strategies provide long term benefits. They promote growth, they offer constructive way to manage stress, they help us solve the problem, they help us deal with the situation effectively. On the other hand, the unhealthy coping strategies, they just provide a temporary relief. They can be damaging as well, but immediately when we feel relief, we try to go more into that. And but in the long term, there are more problems. So I would like, with that reference, I would like you to click on this link with a small activity. I am sharing the link in the chat box, and I want every one of you to please click on the link and answer the questions. There are two questions in it, uh, and I would like you to take few minutes. First, go to the first question, my healthy coping strategies. What are your coping strategies? I also shared this link in the group as well. This is an interactive link. So I would like all of you to, okay, and now I'll also started receiving, very nice. Let me show you what you are. Okay, so we have started receiving your healthy coping strategies. Exercise, writing, breathing, very nice. Crying aloud, education, very long term, I would say, right now. My daughter's something breathing, I can't get that. Isolate, okay, if that is healthy. Going, exercise, going for a walk, right? Sometimes that is not very clear what sometimes. Feeling my emotions, try to eat healthy food. Well, actually, when you are stressed, French fries works the best, but good. If you can eat salad and also relieve it. Yes, reciting Quran, good. Enjoy my company, activities. I also see, yeah, right. So mostly are going for exercise. So we are having exercise, writing, reading, they are like getting bigger. Someone has written their name as well. Okay, you are a very good stress manager, your coping strategy for yourself. That's interesting. Okay, I would like those who are writing in the chat box to write in the link. That will be better. Journaling. Right. So we are having certain very nice. Now I would also like you to go to the next question. My unhealthy. If you open that link again, I'll try to share it again, although it is the same link, but I'll also try to share it again. This is the same link. I'll share in the WhatsApp again or the chat. Right. So it is another link on your way. Unhealthy coping strategies. A strategy that is not very healthy, but it provides you. Right. Now we are having it here. Instant relief, stagnation, eating junk. Yes, that is actually what we normally do. Cry in isolation is unhealthy, while cry out loud is healthy. Well, that's interesting. Hmm. Crying is coming. Family and kids are unhealthy. Ooh, that shouldn't be. Fighting is unhealthy. Yes. Doom scrolling. Hmm. Avoiding, yes. Maladaptive daydreaming. Watching sad movies. Well, yes. Those sad movies will give us get into more into the stressful situation. Listening is okay. So mostly unhealthy coping strategies that come up are include crying, too emotional, right? Comfort food, being angry, yes. Well, anger is, I don't know, but I don't personally feel that anger in itself is bad. Whenever I talk about or I think about anger, I do get the example of Hazrat Umar in front of me. I don't know. So I can't say anger actually is negative as much as it is being shown. Okay. But yes, anger has to be presented effectively. Right. So we are having two word clouds where our mostly healthy coping strategies include exercise, writing, self uh, taking care, sleep, and things like that. While our unhealthy coping strategies mainly include crying, binge eating, unhealthy eating, listening to sad music, okay, TikTok, bottling things, okay. So I hope that you have enjoyed uh, right this activity. Was that interesting? Do you like this? I try to make a little more interactive. Okay, thank you. So I'll be coming back to the presentation. What actually is the healthy and unhealthy coping strategies? So if we look into that, we did had some examples. We did had, I would say, defined healthy, what is healthy and what is unhealthy. But if now we look into that, so healthy coping strategies, they include using positive self-talk. If you are being stressed, if you feel like you are not able to do something, and you are continuously also given reminder by others as well that you can't do it, but when you talk back to yourself and assure yourself it is fine, this shall too pass, I can do it, this is just a situation, that helps a lot. The exercise we did earlier, deep breathing, that helps. Sometimes we just need to get out of it. We just need, I hope this is, we just want to get out of that situation. We just want to relax. So, reading a book, reading anything, especially I would say when you are stressed, better not to go to a self help book. Try to find something light to release that stress. Going for a walk, exercising, new sports, these are the things that helps you a lot. Talking to a friend that listens well, that helps you calm down, that helps you sort it out, whatever you want. It is also what you are looking for in that particular stress situation. You might need some solutions, or you might not need anyone's advice, you just want to vent it out. So a good friend who knows, who is able to identify what you want in that particular situation is nice. And listening to music is also a healthy coping strategy in the sense that it helps you calm down your nerves. Music, or even we can say listening to Quran Majid, listening to some sort of soothing noises, soothing sounds, or nature sounds, anything like that, they'll help you deal with it. Then, but when we get into the unhealthy coping strategies, they include being violent towards others, or using rumors as well, might be actively trying to destroy other who is giving you stress, hurting yourself, destroying the property with reference to now that kind of anger, being violent, being yelling, screaming, that is the anger which is not healthy at all. But at times, anger also gives you a perspective. Emotional eating is not healthy. Binge eating is not healthy, name calling is not healthy, oversleeping is not healthy, which at that times it's like it gives you relief, it lets you out of that situation, or you just get through it, but in the long term it is not healthy. How to tell the difference, what actually is healthy and what is um, not healthy. Okay, I'm just looking. So when we talk about the healthy coping strategies, they provide long-term positive outcomes. On the other hand, the unhealthy coping strategies feel good in the moment, but in the long term, they have consequences. It is like when, for example, you are exercising as a healthy coping strategies. That exercise is actually helping you be become stronger. It is also making your body more strong. Health is improving. But on the other hand, if you choose to oversleep, that is very unhealthy for your body as well as your mind. In the long term, you won't be able to deal with lots of situations. When you address the root cause, you try to solve that situation, that actually lets you out of that situation. That actually helps you deal with the problem. That helps sharpen your brain, sharpen your cognitive skills to sort it out. But on the other hand, if you avoid it, you just try to distract it from something, you distract yourself or you distract the other person who is in that situation or something like that. You are not actually addressing the root cause, you are not actually solving the problem, so it will resurface again and again and again and again. It will be like a cycle that will continue to go on. But if you address the root cause, it might seem at that particular time more difficult. You have to um, dig it out, you have to completely, you would say, treat it well. It is like when you are in a pain. If you are diagnosed with something, you are in a pain and you'll be like, okay, just treat my symptoms, just give me the painkillers. So it is always, you are actually avoiding the root cause. The root cause might be that you need an operation, but you are like, no, I won't go for operation, just keep giving me painkillers that are easier. But ultimately those painkillers would stop working. You need more and more potency of that. So in the long term, that root cause will cause you more damage instead of sorting it out. And on the impact of well-being, the healthy strategies actually improve your mental as well as physical health. They build your resilience. They they build you as a more stronger self. It promote self confidence, because when you are able to deal with the situation, if you are able to look into the situation and sort it out, what actually is happening and how this can be solved, you are promoting your own confidence, you are gaining more and more confidence. But on the other hand, if you're avoiding it, it keeps on, those negative emotions would keep lingering on. You stay feeling low, you have low self-esteem, you'll keep depressed, I can't do it, it's not, nothing is worth it, or things like that. And in the long term it can lead to more physical uh, and mental health issues. For example, some of the unhealthy coping strategies might also, like the binge eating or overeating thing. Some might also get into the drugs because it provides instant relief. Some try to just find solace in binge watching, but it is very negative in your health. So all of these things get negatively into you. I would also like to share recent research report that one of my students did. That was on the effect of, I'm sorry, that was actually on the effect of parentification and healthy coping strategies. So, what actually that was, parentification normally is like, um, when the other adult, older child, when the child, the firstborns or the elder ones, they start taking up the parental roles. Normally, in cultures, normally in our culture as well, but when there are large number of kids, the elder, if the son normally start taking father's role, being a big brother, being like a father, and the eldest sisters start taking maternal roles, like being motherly, taking care of young children and all of that, younger siblings. But in return, they also lose their childhood as well. So that losing of the innocence of childhood, having more of the responsibilities at an earlier age, is good in a sense that those children, the eldest ones, are mature, but that is also negative in the sense because they are prone to a lot of stress. And a number of studies, all the previous studies that we found, said that the parentified children, they have negative coping strategies. But when they did the research in here particularly, it found out that no, the eldest children, they developed more healthy coping strategies. They were able to understand, to have more better problem solving strategies, better decision making, and they have improved their self esteem and confidence by taking up the parental roles, or better said, as supporting their parents in their duties. So that was basically about uh, today's presentation. It was short in the sense, I tried to take it brief because I want you to participate in here. Right now, I would like if you have anything, any scenarios, or any experiences that you would like to share. I will open the mic. Let me check the participants because currently most of the chats that I find is you are more concerned about your attendance right now. So I am allowing you to unmute yourselves. I hope that, yes. Now the mics are open for you, and I would really like your input. Right. I think that today we are not having much of the interaction. Do you find yourself in a stressful situation? When was the last time you were stressed?
Easy fall into stressful situations on a day-to-day basis. Um, it's all trigger you. And so sometimes I think the best thing to do in that moment is kind of step and walk away from the situation. I find that works for me rather than like the unhealthy would be to kind of, shout at the children or kind of react negatively. But in that moment, back and walk away from the situation, that's my coping mechanism so that I don't go towards a negative.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so we have a question that how can we stop or reduce our unhealthy coping strategies? On a current moment, you can do one thing. At one moment, if you are doing a unhealthy coping strategy, if you are using like crying or you are using going for a binge eating thing or oversleeping, something like that, you have to consciously tell your mind, I have to stop this.